Task 5 of 6. How are you doing at this point? Starting to stress out? Starting to worry about things? Normal if you are, but listen to me now when I say this. It doesn't matter if it is exactly as you wanted it to turn out being, your FMP. Doesn't matter. What matters most is that you've thrown everything at this, given it your all, tried your best, tried your hardest, and shown the story of the project coming to life throughout your WordPress. Chances are very likely it's not going to come out the way you had originally planned for. Things never do. They evolve, they adapt, they have to be agile and malleable in order to grow and survive in the platform they're going to go into. Things get in the way, life gets in the way, people don't turn up, equipment doesn't work, resources run out, time runs out. These things happen. What matters most is you've been adaptable, been agile, you've been flexible in your thinking and your approach, and you've moved in and out of these issues, solved problems en route to creating something, a project. Now, on your WordPress, you need to be documenting the whole time what is happening in your project. Let's go to the project then. So before I do that, I just want to point this out one more time to you. So this here, you'll notice that I've put this section in classwork on your Google Classroom and some useful tools for you. So here you've got some interesting tools, some inspiration, some examples of past merit and distinction FMPs, which I can't recommend enough. You really do need to have a look at that to see what sort of work is expected for a merit student or for a distinction student, and you can actually see examples here, literally. So take time to have a look at that. Now, final major project. I have given you videos for each of the stages, and these last two stages, 5 and 6, are incredibly important. Research feedback. Now, as you can see, this covers two criteria, 2.1 and 2.2. We'll look at that first. So, at this point, your research is done, your pitch and proposal equally done, your pre-production done, and you should be at least started this, the production. We're here at the research feedback stage now. Research is not just a tokenistic thing you do at the beginning to get to the actual project itself. It's ongoing. It's a constant cycle, as it is in industry, justifying why you're doing things with the resources you've been given. You should never stop during a production because it helps improve the quality of your product. So show me you are constantly gathering research, feedback, ideas, and adapting your idea accordingly, rather than just being narrow-minded and go, no, I know best. You don't know best. You've got to constantly be looking at what industry is doing, what others are expecting, and taking our cues from that. Having your own vision, of course, not diluting that aspect of your personalities. I'm enhancing it by saying it's not only your vision, it's other people's as well, to enhance your viewpoint, to make your viewpoint more robust, more academic, more industry standard, more reliable, more professional, because you're backed by not just your gut instinct, but a general consensus of your domain that you're working in. We want to be gathering a range of market research on your product. So a range, again, I'll take that to mean at least 5, a range of market research on your product to assess the quality of your product. For example, you may want to do a private viewing of a rough cut or of a scene or of different scenes, a questionnaire about the topic you are creating your project in, focus groups, interviews, feedback from the clients. It might be myself or one of the other assessors, Dan, Peter, or Vicky. A range of market research on your product. So at least 5 is what I'd aim for there. To assess the quality of your product, how it stands up against industry expectations, get that feedback. Here, from perspectives that aren't your own. Shifting your perspective is better than being intelligent, as we've seen mentioned in earlier presentations throughout the year with me. Shift your perspective to the audience. What do they think? What do they see? The second bullet point asks you to find opportunities to gather research that will help you develop ideas and effectively communicate to an audience. So I'm looking for you to do this, to show me you're looking online, on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, wherever it might be, to find opportunities to gather research that will help you develop ideas. So taking ideas from forums, from chat groups, from Twitter, wherever it might be, to develop your idea. Maybe putting out an image from your FMP and asking for feedback on it. Maybe it could be asking a question relating to your final major project as a poll in a forum on Reddit and getting feedback. Finding opportunities to gather research. So it might be you going into one of the blended learning zones and interviewing your target audience. If your target audience is 16 to 20-year-old females, you're in luck, because we've got about 7 or 8 groups that are pretty much exclusively female at the college. You can go and talk to the audience directly. Find opportunities. Find them. Don't be passive. Lastly, for research feedback, evidence of planning ahead. So in your schedule, this might manifest itself, might see it there, or might be in posts on your WordPress, in your journal. Evidence of planning ahead, so you can test out your product and alter it as required before the deadline. So it might be something like, in your schedule, you might plan ahead and say, well, I'm going to do a focus test here, and then the week after I'm going to do interviews and surveys. The week after that, I'm going to test it with Scott and Peter. And then the week after that, I'm going to take it into the blended learning zone and test it with some sports students because I'm doing a sports-related documentary. Something like that. Research feedback, not just getting some links from Google, stick it in a doc and going, done. No. Active research feedback, learning from the audience. So this evidence will manifest itself, submission evidence, in your journal, and any annotated results from your research that demonstrates that you've reviewed and interpreted a range, at least 5, research sources to support a media project, your FMP, and communicate to an audience. Communicate to an audience, communicate to an audience, communicate to an audience. That's what this is about. Getting your idea onto a screen or any sort of platform for your audience to interpret. It's about their perspective here and you thinking from their perspective what they want. So, task 5, research feedback. This, as I've mentioned before, covers 2.1 and 2.2 for the final major project. Really important. As always, any questions, please let me know. I am, as always, available to help you. Okay? Good luck.